Taliban claim victory in Panjshir, but resistance forces say they still control strategic position in the valleyPanjshir was the last remaining holdout among Afghanistan's 34 provinces to resist the Taliban. If the claim is true, it would mean the Taliban now control every Afghan province. The last nest of the enemy, Panjshir province, was completely conquered. We assure the honourable people of Panjshir that they will not face any discriminatory treatment. They are all our brothers, and we will work for one country and one common goal. With the recent efforts in this victory, our country is completely out of the vortex of war, Taliban spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid said in a tweet. Although it did not deny the centre of Panjshir had fallen to the militants, the NAF said other areas in Panjshir remained under its control. Most of Bazarak district and all the side valleys are controlled by the NAF, Nazari said. Taliban's claim of occupying Panjshir is false. The NAF forces are present in all strategic positions across the valley to continue the fight. We assure the people of Afghanistan that the struggle against the Taliban and their partners will continue until justice and freedom prevails, the NAF said. The claim comes after a weekend of intense fighting in the Panjshir Valley, with heavy casualties reported. NAF leader Ahmed Massoud said in a Facebook post on Sunday he is in support of clerics in the capital Kabul who have called for an end to the fighting and was ready to talk once the Taliban withdrew troops from Panjshir and the neighbouring district of And Arab. Panjshir is a strategic slice of mountainous terrain rich with precious mineral resources around 90 miles north of Kabul, the only region among Afghanistan's 34 provinces to remain out of the Taliban's control. For 2 weeks the NOF, a multi-ethnic group that includes former Afghan security force members and reportedly numbers in the thousands, has continued the fight against the Taliban following the militants' almost complete takeover of Afghanistan. NOF leader Massoud said the group agreed to certain measures to facilitate the requirements of national peace and security in the country and hopes that the Taliban will respond to the request of the clerics and take practical steps. The National Resistance Front is ready to immediately end the war in order to achieve lasting peace if the Taliban end their attacks and military operations in Panjshir and Arab, Massoud said. The National Resistance Front fully supports the call of the religious scholars to lift the penalties imposed on Panjshir and hopes that the Taliban group will take this Islamic and humanitarian demand seriously and implement it, he added. The National Resistance Front proposes that the Taliban stop its military operations in Panjshir and Arab, Parwan and Kapisa and withdraw its forces from Panjshir and Arab. In return, the National Resistance Front will direct its forces to refrain from military action, Massoud said. Parwan and Kapisa are neighbouring provinces to Panjshir. There's been no official Taliban response to Massoud's proposals. After his comments, the NIF said its spokesman Fahim Dashti and General Abdul Wadud Zahra had been killed. Regretfully, the National Resistance of Afghanistan lost 2 companions in the holy resistance against oppression and aggression today, the group tweeted. May their memory be eternal. On Sunday, Taliban spokesman Karimi claimed the enemy had suffered heavy casualties including among their commanders, and that the Taliban hoped to be able to clear Panjshir as soon as possible. Taliban fighters are currently advancing toward Roka and Bazarak, Karimi added. Before his death, NIF spokesman Dashti appeared to rebut the Taliban's claims, tweeting that the Parwan district of Panjshir was completely cleared of the Taliban. At least 1,000 terrorists were trapped due to the cutting of their way out. All the attackers were either killed, surrendered or captured by locals with help from resistance fighters as they fled and retreated. Many of these prisoners are foreigners and most of them are Pakistanis, Dashti said. Taliban pledged humanitarian staff safety and security. It comes after UN Under-Secretary-General for Humanitarian Affairs Martin Griffiths met with Taliban co-founder and deputy leader Mullah Baradar and other senior Taliban figures in Kabul to reiterate the UN's commitment to humanitarian aid there. In this meeting, Mr. Griffiths reiterated the humanitarian community's commitment to deliver impartial and independent humanitarian assistance and protection to millions of people in need. Stefan Dujarric, spokesman for UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, said in a statement. On Sunday, aid planes from Qatar and Bahrain arrived in Kabul, transporting more than 50 tons of medical aid and food products to the country. Qatar sent a plane carrying 26 tons worth of aid, according to a Qatari Ministry of Foreign Affairs statement. A plane carrying 25 tons of aid arrived from Bahrain, according to Mustafa Al-Sait, Secretary-General of Bahrain's Royal Humanitarian Foundation. This is the second shipment of aid to arrive at Kabul airport from Qatar since the US troop withdrawal from the country in late August. The first shipment arrived Saturday, with a plane transporting some 17 tons of aid, according to a Ministry of Foreign Affairs statement.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.